The Homewrecker. Part 1. Lagos had a way of swallowing secrets. Its noisy streets and glittering nightclubs could hide the darkest stories. Stories like mine. When I first met Linda, I never knew she was the kind of woman who could burn down an entire life without striking a single match. She was beautiful in that effortless, dangerous way. Dark, flawless skin, curves that could stop traffic, and a smile that seemed to hold promises no man could resist. But behind that smile was a predator. I was there the day she set her sights on the family of my closest friend, Adaobi. Ada was the kind of woman who believed in fairy tales. A loyal wife, a mother of two, the kind of person who would stay up late making sure her husband, Chike, had everything he needed for work the next day. But Linda was a storm. It started innocently, as it always does. A friendly chat at the office party. A hand brushing against Chike's arm. A compliment whispered just loud enough for Ada to hear. I saw the way Linda looked at him, not like a colleague but like a thief marking her target. "Nah, your husband fine like this," she joked one day at a company dinner, her voice laced with fake admiration. "Ada, you better hold 'em well, oh, men like this no day stay one place." Ada laughed it off, thinking it was harmless banter. But I saw the glint in Linda's eyes. She wasn't joking. Linda never joked when it came to other people's husbands. Linda was smart. Too smart. She didn't go after Chike directly. She planted seeds first. Started with small, poisonous comments. "Ah, Ada, you too day busy with those children. You for try spend more time with your husband before another woman snatch 'em oh. Chike is a fine man, Shah. If Nami get this kind husband, I go pamper 'em die." Ada laughed it off, thinking Linda was just teasing, but those words were digging deep. And Linda? She was patient like a hunter watching her prey. The first rail crack appeared one Friday night. Ada called me, her voice trembling. "Nene, something is wrong," she whispered over the phone. "What happened?" "Yes. Chike just told me he's going out with some friends from work. But I overheard him on the phone with Linda earlier. He was laughing. You know that kind of laugh that's not normal. I don't like this." My heart sank. I already knew where this was heading, but I told her to stay calm. Don't jump to conclusions. Maybe it's just office gist. But I knew Linda. She didn't believe in boundaries. That night Ada's world started falling apart. Chike came home late, too late. He smelled of expensive perfume, not Ada's familiar scent. His shirt was slightly rumpled, and he avoided her gaze when she asked where he'd been. "Just with the boys," he muttered, his voice defensive. Ada wanted to believe him, but a woman's heart knows when something is wrong. The next day I got a call from Linda. My stomach turned when I saw her name flashing on my phone. "Babe, how far?" "I just day enjoy my weekend," she said, her tone too casual, too sweet. "Linda, wetin you day do with Chike?" Asked bluntly. There was a pause, just long enough to confirm my fears, before she laughed. "Nah, wetin you day think?" "Babe, a beg, no be me go teach you say men no be wood. If you no hold your man well, another person go collect am." Her words hit me like ice. She didn't even hide her intentions. The truth began to unravel faster than we expected. Ada found a message on Chike's phone. "Last night was fire. Can't wait to feel you again. L." Ada's hands shook as she read it. She called me, crying so hard I could barely understand her words. "She's sleeping with my husband, Nene. That woman is sleeping with Chike." I felt anger boiling inside me, but I also knew this wasn't the end. Linda wasn't the type to stop once she had what she wanted. She would go further, much further. Linda didn't just steal Chike's body. She started to invade his mind. She knew all the tricks. Soft words when he was stressed, flirty messages at odd hours, and sudden appearances at places he never expected to see her. It wasn't long before Chike started to change. Ada noticed it first. He stopped coming home early. He stopped asking about the children. The laughter that used to fill their home was replaced with silence, or worse, arguments over the smallest things. One night Ada confronted him. "Chike, are you seeing someone?" His eyes shifted, his jaw tightened. What kind of question is that? Don't lie to me. I saw the message from Linda. You think I'm blind? He slammed his phone on the table. Stop going through my phone, Ada. Linda is just a friend. Must every woman in my life be a threat to you? Ada's voice cracked. A friend who calls you at midnight. A friend who sends you love messages. Chaik walked out of the house that night, slamming the door so hard it rattled the windows. He didn't return until morning. By now Linda wasn't hiding. She flaunted her relationship with Chaik like a trophy. She started showing up at Ada's children's school under the guise of work events, giving Ada that sly smile that said, "I'm winning." I couldn't take it anymore. I met Linda at a cafe and confronted her. "Linda, leave Chaik alone. You've done enough damage," I said, my voice trembling with anger. She sipped her cappuccino slowly, like a queen entertaining a servant. "Damage? Babe, beg, stop deceiving yourself. If Chaik truly loved Ada, no woman, me or anyone, could take him. Maybe I'm just giving him what she can't." I wanted to slap her, but I held myself back. This woman was dangerous, not just because of her beauty but because of her shamelessness. Ada's health started to deteriorate. She stopped eating, her once bright eyes now hollow. One evening she called me, her voice shaking. "Annie, I don't think I can do this anymore. Maybe Linda has won. Maybe I should just pack my things and leave." "No," I shouted into the phone. "Ada, don't you dare give that woman the satisfaction. This is your home. Your marriage. Don't let her destroy it." But deep down I feared Ada was losing her grip. Then something happened that none of us saw coming. One Saturday morning, Ada decided to visit Chaik's office to surprise him with lunch. She walked in, smiling, trying to salvage what was left of her marriage. But when she opened his office door, she found Linda there. Not just Linda. Linda sitting on Chaik's desk, legs crossed, leaning into him with that same seductive smile. Ada dropped the food. "Chaik," her voice trembled. "So this is where my marriage ends." Chaik froze, guilt plastered across his face. "Linda." She didn't even flinch. "Ada, calm down," Linda said, smirking. "You can't keep a man who doesn't want to be kept." Ada stood there, frozen, her heart pounding like a drum in her chest. Her world, the home she built, the marriage she nurtured, was shattering right before her eyes. Chaik tried to reach for her hand, stammering, "Ada, it's not what you think." But Ada snapped her hand back. "Not what I think. Chaik, I am looking at the truth with my own eyes. How long? How long have you been lying to me?" Linda smirked, swinging her legs off the table like she owned the room. "Ada, beg, don't embarrass yourself here. If your husband is unhappy with you, is it my fault?" Ada's eyes burned with tears, but at that moment, something inside her shifted. She straightened her shoulders and looked Linda dead in the eye. "Linda, you will not destroy my home. I swear on everything I love, you will regret this." With that, she turned and walked out, leaving Chaik and Linda stunned. Ada went silent for days. She barely called me. I feared she was slipping into depression, but when she finally reached out, her voice carried a cold determination I had never heard before. "Nene," she said, "I won't cry again. If Linda wants war, she'll get it." Ada began to rebuild herself from the inside. She got her hair done, bought new clothes, and started focusing on her career. She stopped begging Chaik for love or attention. Instead, she became distant, calm, and calculating. And Chaik noticed. Men always notice when a woman they take for granted suddenly becomes unavailable. As Ada worked on herself, I decided to do some digging into Linda's life. There had to be a reason she was like this, so bent on destroying other women's homes. What I found shocked me. Linda had been married once. Her ex-husband, Kunnel, divorced her after she cheated with his closest friend. Apparently, Linda had a reputation for targeting married men, using them for money, then moving on to the next victim. When I told Ada, her eyes widened. "So this is not even about love," Ada said. "This woman is just a vulture." But that wasn't the most shocking part. Connell told me something chilling. Linda is obsessed with ruining marriages because she hates women who have what she lost. She told me once that no woman deserves to be happy if she can't be. Things started changing. Linda's mask began to slip. She became demanding, asking Chaik for money, luxury gifts, even pressuring him to leave Ada. One night, I overheard Chaik arguing with Linda outside a restaurant. "Linda, I never said I would leave my wife. What is wrong with you? You don't love her. If you did, you wouldn't be with me." Linda hissed. This was a mistake," Chaik muttered. "I knew Linda wouldn't take rejection lightly." Ada called me one night, her voice steady. "Annie, I have a plan. But I need you to help me. Linda has taken too much from me. It's time she tastes her own medicine." I hesitated. "Ada, what are you planning?" "Something that will end this nonsense once and for all." Ada wasn't the same broken woman I'd seen crying weeks ago. She had fire in her eyes now, a quiet, controlled fire that terrified me more than Linda's arrogance ever could. "I'm done begging, Annie," she said, her voice cold. "Chaik needs to see what Linda truly is. And Linda, she needs to understand that you don't mess with another woman's home and walk away smiling." I wanted to stop her, but a part of me admired her strength. Ada began gathering evidence: text messages, voice notes, photos. Every sneaky thing Linda and Chaik shared, Ada had copies of it all. She wasn't looking to destroy Chaik. She wanted him to face the truth about the snake he was inviting into his life. But Ada's real plan, it was brilliant. She called Linda, her voice sweet as honey. "Linda, can we talk? Woman to woman. I'm tired of fighting. If Chaik is what you want, maybe we should settle this like adults." Linda laughed, thinking she had finally broken Ada. Ada, so you finally know who the boss is. Good girl. Let's talk. Tomorrow, 7 p.m., at that new rooftop bar on Victoria Island. Ada agreed. What Linda didn't know was that Ada had already hired someone, a friend who worked with a private security company, to record every single thing Linda said. When we arrived at the bar, Linda looked stunning, as if she was coming to a victory party. She leaned back in her seat, sipping wine. "Ada, let me be honest with you," she said, smirking. "Your husband loves me. You're just holding on to a dead marriage. Women like you are the reason men cheat. Too boring, too predictable. I'm just giving him what he wants." Ada stayed calm, which surprised me. "Linda, if Chaik is truly yours, why are you fighting so hard for him? A real woman doesn't have to snatch what's already hers." Linda rolled her eyes. "Please save me that nonsense. Chaik will soon leave you. He's tired of your kind of love." Unknown to Linda, every word was being recorded. 2 days later, Ada invited Chaik to the living room. She didn't shout. She didn't cry. She simply pressed play on the recording. Linda's voice filled the room. "Your wife is boring, Chaik. I'm what you really need. Leave her, and I'll give you a life you can't resist." Chaik's face turned pale. "Ada, where did you?" Ada cut him off. "This is the woman you're risking our family for? This is the woman you want to throw away 10 years of marriage for?" Chaik was silent. For the first time, I saw shame written all over him. When Linda realized Chaik had turned cold towards her after hearing the recording, she went mad. She called Ada, screaming, "You think you've won. You've not seen anything yet. I will make sure you regret this." But Ada wasn't shaken. "Linda, you've already lost. You just don't know it yet." 1 week later, news broke out. Linda's name was all over social media. A video of her bragging about destroying marriages had leaked online. People were dragging her, calling her a home breaker and a curse to women. Ada hadn't posted the video. Neither had I. But someone from that rooftop bar had overheard and recorded the whole thing, sending it to a popular gossip blog. Linda's reputation crashed overnight. Her job was at risk. Her phone wouldn't stop buzzing with insults. Linda wasn't the type to accept defeat quietly. Humiliation burned through her veins like acid. The leaked video had turned her into a public villain, But instead of backing down, she became more dangerous. Ada, you think you've won? You have no idea what I'm capable of, Linda hissed over the phone late one night. Ada hung up without responding, but I saw the tension in her shoulders. She was afraid, though she would never admit it. The next few days were filled with unease. Ada's car tires were mysteriously slashed one morning. A threatening note was left in front of her gate. If I can't have him, you won't either. Ada's children began having nightmares after someone tried to scare them at school with anonymous calls, claiming their father was going to leave them soon. I was furious. Ada, this woman is crossing every line. We need to involve the police, I urged. But Ada shook her head. No. If we escalate this, she'll get more desperate. We need another plan. Something to end this once and for all. For the first time in months, Chaik began to stand by Ada. Perhaps guilt had finally eaten deep into him, or maybe he realized the devil he had let into his life. Ada, I'm sorry, he said one evening, holding her hand. I don't know what I was thinking. Linda, she's toxic. I'll fix this. I'll protect you and the kids. Ada looked at him with a mix of anger and relief. Chaik, I don't need promises. I need action. One Friday evening, we got a shocking call from a mutual acquaintance. Linda was at a lounge, drunk, and loudly claiming that Chaik had promised to leave Ada and marry her. She even threatened to show Ada pepper before the end of the month. Ada's face hardened when she heard this. Annie, I'm tired of waiting. It's time to show this woman who she's dealing with. Kindly like, subscribe and comment for part 2.